Good afternoon, everybody. It's Tabby Cat. I wanted to get this video done before we get our thunderstorm. I will be making a video drop later on. I got a message for Crypt Keeper. You are a liar. You're what they call a POS. You disrespectful, vile, disgusting. You should be disgraceful. You should be ashamed of your damn self. Yesterday, a creator's mother passed away. What does she do? She goes on her live last night and says, well, I don't believe that her mother passed away. I believe she's using that to get money. Really? Really? That's something you say about somebody else's mother. How disgusting are you? That poor woman fought and fought. And she was so tired her little body couldn't take it anymore. So God chose to take her home to heaven yesterday morning. My prayers to their family and my prayers to anybody else and the Creator. And I'll talk about that later in another video. But you turn around, you have this little chit chat with money bags over there. She's going to find out the hard way she's getting involved with the wrong person, because you're going to take her down the street and it's going to be the evil street. You're an evil person. And I caught you in a lie last night too. Oh yeah, B called me because such and such needed help. So I turned around and got the wheels rolling and ordered the casket and the dimensions of it so that she can put toys in it. I'm scratching my head because I think that's a lie. You know why I think it's a lie? Because I heard one of your earlier lives a couple of months ago where you said to people, if anybody wants to make a donation to BJH, her cash app is below, for the funeral, or you can send it to the funeral home, or I'll have some links up that you could send it to there. So then you turn around and got a phone call from BJH a couple of weeks later, and she said on a cell phone live, which you dirty deleted the video, that the funeral was donated. Right? And then what'd you do with that money that you raised? You went and sent it to a charity to build a casket for Quentin and send it down there. I think you wasted your money personally, because I got a funny feeling you're going to be in a whole lot of shock when you find out what I'm going to say. Next, by the law, by the state, the next of kin to that child would be his father, not his grandmother, his father. And I don't care if she had guardianship of him or not. If the next of kin is his father, and his father should get his remains and make the choice of what should be done, not his grandmother. That's in my opinion. I have the right to have an opinion. Oh, and there's a few other things you've lied about that I'm going to straighten you out real quick, because you got a brain full of hot air. Ready for this, Crypt Keeper? Okay. By the eyes of the law, when a person is given guardianship to a child or children, they promise the court that they are priority number one. Their welfare and their safety are priority number one. So is protecting them number one. The reason why she went and tried to get guardianship of these children, not custody now, guardianship, was because her daughter was a junkie. Right? Well, what does she do? Instead of calling a family member to come and stay with the kids or bring them to them, or a best friend or somebody to come that day when she has to leave for town, she left those babies alone. Never mind the boyfriend or the brother that was staying there now. Alone with a junkie mom. Now, she knew that that girl had some major problems. She should never have left those children alone with her. By the eyes of the law, those children were left alone with the junkie mom. And her priorities and the welfare of those children and their safety went right out the window. She could have made arrangements for those children to stay with a family friend or a best friend to come over and stay with them the day she was leaving until she got back, because the babysitter got a text saying at 5:30 in the morning that they weren't going to her house. And what gets me is you keep blaming the babysitter and the boyfriend. Well, you don't think you've inserted yourself so far into this case? It ain't funny. You did the exact same thing as you did with the Wells. You made bank off of Summer's name, and now you're making bank off of Quentin. And anytime there's something that you could talk about, right away it's ching. Oh yeah, you and Moneybags, $500, $700. Yeah. You know what? Maybe you should think about not doing true crime, because you're very bad at it. You don't research. You blame other people. You blame the wrong people, and it's going to bite you in the face. So the money that BJH and you were begging for to go down to Georgia, what'd you do with all that money, huh? Yeah, I believe you used it to go get your daughters, because your husband made sure to say, and I have the clip, we really can't afford to send her to Georgia. We don't really have the money after we got the girls. Oh, whoops! Slippo. I'm going to expose you for what you are. You are on the walk of shame, but you ain't going nowhere happy, honey. I am going to expose you for what you are. You are a piece of garbage. You have just totally said the most vile thing last night. Ladies and gentlemen, it was the most vilest thing. I'm sorry. If you've ever had a parent or a friend that was dying of cancer, and somebody came out and said, like, oh, well, I think they faked that just so they can make money, you would be upset too. It should never have been said out of your mouth. I don't care if you don't like the person or not. Sometimes you need to shut your mouth. Shut it. Because seriously, I don't care what hatred anybody has. Yes, the oxygen machine, big mouth Moneybags over there made a comment about the oxygen machine. The oxygen machines are loud. I have one in my house. It's not for me, it's for somebody else, but I have one in my house and it's loud. I can hear it all the way in the bathroom. And it does make that sound. And you have the nerve to make a comment about that? I have never seen somebody cry the way that the creator cried yesterday. I never want to see that again. Whatever happened to human decency and human kindness? I don't care if you don't like somebody, but the comment you made last night was the most disgusting, vile thing I've ever heard in my whole life. And I'm calling you out on it because you're a piece of garbage. But don't worry, I'm going to fix you. I'm going to fix you real good. You never talked to the suspect. You never coached Leilani. My behind, you never did. Just don't say anything. Just say, justice for Quentin. Never coached your best friend to go cut up fish and go get horse poop and rotten eggs and lay them around her property, desecrating her own property because she didn't like the fact that the protesters were allowed to stand on the public easement because the police told them they could, because she didn't like it. And I have the clip to prove it, that she was breaking the law when the cop told her that she had to let them stand there on the public easement whether she liked it or not, because they're allowed. And her comment to some man was, I'm not going to let them. You didn't coach her to steal the signs off the public easement? You're laughing about it. I got that video. You didn't coach her and talk to her about it when she ran through the house to the backyard to get the signs? Hmm? And then lied to the police officer saying nothing illegal's going on. Hmm? They didn't coach them on that one? You and Broken Stinger and South with the Mouth sending down crazy New Jersey lady to stir up trouble with her baby carriage and puppies. And not only that, but you're sitting there, you're actually sitting there with somebody you probably get along with because it's come out that she has had a couple of arrests and some of them were for drugs. Hmm? I don't like any of you people. You're a bunch of tragedy pimps. And to me, a tragedy pimp is somebody who constantly lies and stirs up trouble and just plays these games of gimme, 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 gimme. Get a job like everybody else. No, they'd rather sit on their rear ends and have people send them. People who are struggling to get out of the hole that we were in for 2 years from the pandemic are struggling, and it's gimme, 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 gimme. I don't care if you're struggling, hand it over to me. Stop handing them money. Don't give them a red cent. I hope that some of the people that were subscribed to your page, Crypt Keeper, unsubscribe. Because you don't deserve to have anybody on your page anymore. You don't deserve to have subscribers. Because what you did last night was the most disgusting, vile thing I have ever heard a person do. And I'm going to expose you for what you are. Your lies and on top of it. You should be ashamed of yourself, but you're not. You're sitting there rejoicing about it. All your lies and this and that. Oh, yeah, about the other lie. Yeah, about B called you about the funeral, and the funeral was donated, and then you got the casket and all this BS. You know what? You couldn't even get the name right last night about what happened or where Quentins Remains are. So I'll help you, dumbass. Quentins Remains were brought back over the weekend. I think it was last weekend. And he is with GBI in Georgia. GBI is still doing testing. He has not been released to anybody. And in my opinion, and I don't know how you could put down in the comments what your opinion should be. I personally think that the baby's remains should go to his father, not his grandmother, because she is not next to kin. Next to kin is the person that would have like a really strong DNA with him. And that would be his mother and father. No matter what anybody thinks of this person, because I don't even know this person, but this man has lost both his mother and father. And he has the right to decide what should be done with his son's remains or whether to bury him. That's his God-given right. And Crypt Keeper, you have no business taking that away from him. None whatsoever. I would not insert myself into this case, but you have. You're not crime fighting. You're not a true crime channel. You're a tragedy pimp channel. You make up lies and rumors and stories to fit your narrative and your content. If you didn't have anything to talk about, you'd have no content. So you got to make up content as you go along. Anything for a few bucks. It's bad enough that you begged for $150 so you were short $150, so you begged so that people would send you money so you could buy a steak dinner that probably cost no more than $23. You sat on a video which I refused to even air on my channel. It was the most disgusting, vile, disgusting thing. I am sorry, ladies, but it was disgusting. And if anybody's seen it, they'll agree with me. You're sitting there talking about personal hygiene. Girlfriend, you must have a really bad yeast infection down south to come out and say the things that you said. You came out and told people you're not supposed to wash with soap. Are you kidding me? They make special soap for that. To balance out the pH. No, you're telling people, eat sauerkraut, eat pineapple. That is so disgusting. It should never be allowed on YouTube. But it was on YouTube. I'm surprised that they didn't remove the video. It was disgusting. Man, if I was a guy and you were my girlfriend, I would not even go near you. Because your hygiene talk was like, are you kidding me? Girlfriend, you need to go out and get a bottle of Summer's Eve and scrub. Okay? Just putting it out there. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to end my video because I have to make a second one. But I'm going to expose you for what you are, Crypt Keeper. You're a piece of garbage, and you're going to be called out on it. Just your warning. I don't like you. I don't watch. I'm not subbed up to your channel. Thank God. And I never will sub up to your channel. You keep inserting yourself. You go ahead. I've seen the text of grandma sitting there begging people to give money to you, just to send you down, because she needs you, and because you don't know how she's helped me when I need her to come to Georgia. You know what? She's fallen into your trap, too, unfortunately. That what comes around, goes around. Karma's coming for you. Talk to you all later. Bye-bye.